Hello everyone, my name is Christian Eschbach, and welcome to another one of my album reviews. This one is something a little different than I've been doing normally, something a little different than, most of my viewers at this point will be used to me doing. A Fine Frenzy, and what's this one called again? Bomb in a Birdcage. Alright. Let me start with, I do appreciate what I like to refer to usually as coffee house music or folksy music, or this one is classified as contemporary pop. Thought that was a little bit interesting. This album, okay, so there is an assortment of different people that were responsible for recording this album, for writing this album, for playing on this album. Realistically, the side screen, there's going to be a lot of details I'm going to pop up for this one just because of the amount of stuff on here. The pictures help give you actually a good idea of what you're in for. You got this going on here. That on the back. It really does. It gives you a great idea of what to expect from this album. Definitely got a... This picture, I think, screams the most of what you can expect from this album. Definitely got kind of that 60s kind of pop, lovey, bubblegum sweetness to a lot of the album. At the same time, it's definitely a more modern album. This album came out, I think, what was it, 2009. 2009. So not modern, but at least, modern-ish. It's from this millennium. Couple decades ago, technically. Oh man. Alright, so it gives you an idea where I'm going with this album. I do enjoy this album. This to me is I need a chill album, a Sunday afternoon kind of album. I would put this on with Jewel. Jewel is a good kind of, the first two Jewel albums anyways would be a good kind of idea, sort of where we're going with this one a little bit. I'm going to downplay this album. I'm going to kind of blow through the songs a little fast. They're all very kind of sappy, bubblegummy, sugary kind of. Not sappy. Not, oh, hey, I miss you, la, la, la. So, more on the other side of, I'm happy being with you. I'm celebrating our relationship. I'm celebrating our time together. That kind of sappy. Something that's nice to hear, The first couple songs really are where I really kind of got some good notes here, and after that, it just kind of falls into a pattern. So, like the first song, What I Wouldn't Do. This is that sickly sweet I was talking about. Innocent, caring, fun, uplifting. Starts the album out perfectly, puts you in the right frame of mind. Reminds me of the White Stripes acoustic-y stuff. It made me think of Hotel Yorba a little bit. After that, we go into New Heights. This one is a total change in instrumentation. It's a little more electric, a little fuller with the band. Still very nice and poppy, though. Like I said, it is classified as contemporary pop. Alright. And I don't have any really great comparisons in the world of contemporary pop, I just find it enjoyable and listenable, and that's kind of how it is the whole way through the rest of the album. Everything is either this contemporary pop. What the fuck is contemporary pop? Or it is, because I wouldn't call it Whitney Houston, but I know Whitney Houston falls under contemporary pop, right? Genesis, Phil Collins, at least Genesis in the 80s. Yeah. So, okay, the whole album works out like this. It's either, the more poppy side or the more folky side, or more stripped-back acoustic side, we'll call it. And it kind of gets to a point where going through it, because after that we get to Electric Twist. Great song when the album's playing. Really enjoy it when the album's playing. Then you get to Blow Away, and Blow Away is a really good song. I really, really enjoy it. I really enjoy the vibe and everything on it when the album's playing. Swan Song. Okay, that one's just totally forgettable as far as I'm concerned. Elements. At this point, it's nothing special on the album. It's just kind of another song on the album that sounds kind of like everything else so far. The World Without. This one has a little bit of a fun and funky groove to it, so it makes it a little bit different, which is kind of nice. Then you got Bird of Summer, which is forgettable. Stood Up. This one is a little bit more of a standout than the last track, but not much more of a standout. And then The Beacon finishes out the album, and it's not a memorable finish to the album. And that's the whole problem with this album in a nutshell, is by the time you get to the end of it, it kind of gets a little on the forgettable side. Nothing that overly pops or stands out or really grabs you. But, if you're doing your chores around the house on a Sunday, or I've actually had it on while I'm out bike riding, when I'm actually bike riding through some very kind of area and I can't be gunning it, I gotta take my time. I put this one on, man, take my time. If you like Jewel, there is a high probability that you will like this. I should get around to reviewing some Jewel, but I have to go buy my whole entire collection again. Divorces suck. So it reminds me of Jewel. There's little bits in there where 80s Krista Berg, where it gets a little more commercial, a little more poppy. I don't have a lot else that I would classify it as comparable to. There's other stuff I'd listen to at the same. Like if I'm putting on a Sunday afternoon mix, there'd be this, probably the Crash Test Dummies, some Krista Berg, some City and Color. City and Color might be a valid kind of comparison-esque kind of vibe. I don't know. But yeah, the whole way around, when I recommend this album, if you're into something, you want something a little more mellow, a little more chill, a little more relaxed, then you can sit down and you don't have to listen to the whole album the whole way through. My problem is I found listening to the album straight through where I'm listening to the album. That was a little much. Putting the album on in the background while you're doing stuff and chilling, have a nice day. Great music for that. Having a nice little picnic out and about, great music for that. Stuff like that, chill music. Anyways, those are my thoughts, my views, my opinions. I know this was a fast one because I know I downplayed this album, and this album's not going to be for everybody, especially not for a lot of my more regular viewers that come in for a lot of the hard rock, heavy metal stuff, classic rock stuff like that. But it is worth checking out. I would say it is worth checking out. Anyways, my thoughts, my views, my opinions. Let me know what your thoughts and views and opinions are. That is what the comment section is for down below. While you're on your way down there is a link that will take you over to Patreon. While you are over on Patreon, you will find, I've got stuff over there. I've got polls going over there. I've got exclusive stuff, content over there. The polls are usually open for everybody. Anyways, yeah, so that's Patreon down below. Hit the like button, subscribe button, bell for notifications. There's a join button, a follow button if you're on Rumble. Joke about locals and how it's not set up or running, but I have it. Peace, love, take care.